bizarre to me.
Yeah.
There's no value there. There's no inspiration. There's no reality.
Well, Vicki, it is great to catch up with you. So tell me all about this AirSculpt treatment. You look absolutely fantastic, and why
Well,
you wanted to do it.
you haven't seen my butt. I did. So I lost about 20 pounds from my heaviest in like 2, 3 years ago, and just intermittent fasting and trying to really limit sugars and things like that. And my butt and my back of my legs were just horrible. Cellulite appears stronger when you're getting thinner, and my butt and my legs were running into the same area. So I was in the Hamptons, and I ran into Leanne Locken, and she looked fabulous. I'm like, what in the hell did you do? She's like, I lost weight and I did AirSculpt. I'm like, liposuction? She goes, no, AirSculpt. I'm like, what's the difference? So she explained it to me and gave me a contact person down here in California in La Jolla. So I went down there and got a consultation. And I was really excited about, because I didn't have to go under general anesthetic, and they actually cut the bands of the cellulite so they won't appear anymore. So cellulite is, these bands that appear and push the skin up and get these dimples. So I'm like, well, get them gone. What can we do? And he's like, I definitely can improve. I'm not going to put you back to when you were 20. So I had a realistic expectation, but I love the fact I didn't have to go under general anesthetic. There was no stitches. There was no residual effect of having to go back and get stitches removed or drains. So 2 days later, I was on a plane to BravoCon. I was bruised. I'm not going to say I wasn't, but I could sit. My butt hurt a little bit, but it was doable. And I didn't take any pain medicine. And I'm approaching 3 months later. Super happy with the results. There's no bruising after about 3 weeks. And I'll be in a bathing suit, and I'll do my best to be proud of the results, because it's not perfect, but it's a whole lot better. And that's what I needed. It's a whole lot better without going under the knife.
I think that's fantastic. And, like you said, not going under the knife, no anesthesia. I mean, so besides the bruising, was there anything else in this recovery process that you weren't expecting?
No, they were very good about calling me the next day and making sure, I wasn't in any pain, or, really any questions I had. I wore a garment for about 6 to 8 weeks. So it's like a big, heavy Spanx. It's no big deal. And I wore it underneath my outfits. Nobody knew I had it done. I didn't even tell my boyfriend at the time. So he was, look, what happened to your ass? I'm like, I fell. He's like, you didn't fall. I'm like, well, I'm always falling. So he was pleasantly surprised on the results, because I said, you know what, I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for anybody else. But I want to look the best I can look. And if this is what will help me, then I'm going to do it.
Yeah. So what have you noticed the biggest difference? Do you just see more definition?
Yeah. So the cellulite is definitely minimized. He said, doctor said it's going to be like 6 weeks. It'll still keep going away. And smaller. I'm smaller, so that's cool. So my flanks behind my bra strap is all smoothed out, and there's no extra fat there. I didn't have a lot. So for me, it was just really sculpting. And my sides, I don't have any more love handles. And there's no incisions. There's a little gray dot on where he put the cannula, and you can't even hardly tell where it was. It looks like a little mole.
Yeah.
So no residual effects from it at all, which is what I needed. I didn't want anything drastic and extreme and, IVs and all that stuff. No.
Definitely. Have you lost weight in the process? And do you have how much weight have you lost in this process?
I lost 7 pounds from my 2-week checkup to my 3-month checkup. But overall, I've lost about 22 pounds from my heaviest about a year ago. So it's good.
Yeah. Do you have a goal weight in mind?
I'm there.
You're there. Good for you. That's awesome. And do you feel like this? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm a size 4'6" and I'm 5'8". So I don't want to be a size 1 or 2. I'm a big girl. I love to cook. I love to eat, but I do 1 meal a day, and that intermittent fasting really helped me.
Definitely. Do you feel like this has also given you confidence, like in your body again?
I always felt I had confidence, but then when I'd look in the mirror, I'd turn around no, it's not pretty. But yeah, it's definitely improved my confidence.
Good. Yeah. And you said Michael is happy with everything too?
So far. He hasn't turned me. I said, you can have two 30-year-olds. Why are you with me? You know?
It seems like you're really happy in this relationship.
I am, but I'm cautiously optimistic because Lord knows I've gotten my heart broken, right? I don't know how anybody says they fall in love after 3 months and get married right away like my ex, so that's weird. But there's no way I'm at that place of getting married right now. I am still healing from the narcissistic abuse and the trauma bonding and all that crap that happened. But I'm so much better off, and I'm so happy with who I am. I'm not dependent upon somebody else for my happiness. If I want to do a little bit of tweaking of my body, I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to ask permission from anybody. So that's the confidence that I wish I had 5 years ago.
Yeah. How are you? What was this healing process like for you?
Of the relationship?
Yeah, of the relationship.
It's still ongoing. I'm still in therapy. It's, when you're lying next to somebody and they're having sex with somebody else and creating a life with somebody else while you're lying next to them and living together, that is a form of abuse. And that abuse is deep. And I was used again, and I vowed to myself I'm not going to be used anymore. But, living in my homes and driving my cars and doing my life and starting a relationship with a 35-year-old is unheard of to me. I don't come from that stock. I don't know that type of hard heart. But it's still a recovery that I'm in. It's been over a year. And, he got married right away, and that's weird. Fourth marriage. We were engaged, and I guess he doesn't take those even engagement vows seriously. So it's going to be a while. I'm not 100% out of the dark place that I was in, but I'm so much better.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I can't imagine going through that, and then especially going through it on camera and having to kind of relive this over and over again. It's got to be really, really horrible. I know that you said a while back that maybe at BravoCon that he was cheating on his wife and that you have proof. I mean, are you ever going to reveal that, or do you just want to kind of put this?
Well, I can reveal it. Somebody reached out to me that he took a picture with at a local bar around here, and then he direct messaged her. He wanted to take her out for a drink. Like, that's cheating to me. You're reaching out to another woman while your wife is next to you, but he's obsessed with social media, obsessed with Instagram. I don't know why anybody would follow him. He's a nobody. He was my ex-fiance, but he puts himself as a public figure of what? But he's a cheater. A cheater will always cheat. If they don't have loyalty or commitment, they're going to do it. They're going to look for their next victim. And that's what he's doing,
I know you said you're cautiously optimistic with Michael, but what makes this relationship different for you?
He's self-made. He's successful. He's got confidence. I think in my past relationships, my last two, I was the leader. I was the one that took care of them. And I realized that that's never going to end well. And now Michael is independent of me. I don't take care of him. He doesn't take care of me. We both have our own families, our own resources. So it comes from a healthy place, and it's just nice. It's just nice to have a successful man that isn't on social media. I mean, Steve he's obsessed with social media. I don't know why. He has to like everything. He has to comment on everything. He reaches out to all my contacts, wants them to follow him. It's like, why? What are you doing? So she goes off to work every day. He drives her to school, and then he comes and back to his apartment that he's living at with her and goes on social media. It's bizarre to me. Yeah. There's no value there. There's no inspiration. There's no reality. So he's still living in my shadow.
Has he ever tried to reach out to you in this past year?
No, he blocked me and everything. I love his family. I've seen his daughter and his mother. Obviously has to lean towards her son, but her and I had an incredibly beautiful relationship, and I haven't heard from her in a couple months. So it's sad. I lost everybody in that family, and that sucks.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that you had to go through all this.
Got to start over again, right?
Right. You got to start over. And now you're happy in a new relationship, and, you got the holidays right around the corner to look forward to. And I know I'm excited because there's, rumblings that you are going to be making some cameos on the next season of OC. I mean, what was it like getting back with the Tres Amigas?
Loved it. Yeah. Great. Loved it. Love my girls.
Was it like just kind of, did it make you want to go back maybe full time eventually in the future if the opportunity?
Well, that's Bravo's decision.
Right.
And then at that time I address it. But yeah, no, my filming days hopefully aren't over. And, I love my Tamara and Shannon, and we're good together.
Yeah. How do you feel about Tamara's full-time return?
I was jealous, mad. I thought the phone would be ringing I'm like, hello, Andy, you're not calling me. But no, I'm so happy for her. She really wanted it more than me. And she's good. She's good TV.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're great TV. So I'm so excited to see you all back together. I know you spent some time with Taylor on the Ultimate Girls Trip. Do you think that she's a good addition to this group as well?
No, I didn't see her much this season. So I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't seen it. So
Yeah. What did you make of Heather coming back last season and the season? Because it doesn't
seem interesting. I mean, I don't think Heather really fits into Orange County anymore. I think she's more, she's an actress and she does that well. I just don't know why she would want to do that. One of my managers told me years ago, you either want fame or money, and fame is a drug, and it's bad for you, but the people that want fame pay a price for it. So I just don't know why she wouldn't want that chaos in her life.
Do you think that she'll be back for another season after this?
I don't know. I don't talk to her very much. So I like her. No issues there. I just don't know why she would want to do that.
Yeah.
Her husband's got his own show. She's got 4 kids. Like, go be an actress. I mean, she's good at it. I don't know. I wouldn't if I had that much money. There's no way I'm doing a reality show. So,
Would you ever do Ultimate Girls Trip over again? Because I know the last time, it wasn't obviously the right circumstances because of everything that was going on, but would you want to kind of have a do-over?
If they ask me, I'll be back.
Yeah, definitely. I know that, do you still keep in touch with Kelly at all?
Every now and then, yes. Kelly has actually introduced me to my boyfriend. So I'm forever indebted to her. So Kelly's a good friend.
Definitely. I know at BravoCon you raised some eyebrows when you said Teresa Giudice was the most overreacted housewife or overrated housewife. Do you still agree with that?
It just came out because it seems like Teresa gets all these commercials, all this stuff. It's like she went to jail for, bad stuff, and she gets out. Now she gets back on the Housewives. She's, she just seems like she's got a lot of stuff that she's able to make a lot of money from, and I don't really understand it. Yeah. And maybe I'm jealous, maybe I'm insecure, call me whatever. I like Teresa, there's no issues there. It's just when you go to jail and do all that bad stuff, I don't think you should be rewarded with more opportunities. But that's just me. I'm very traditional. So I'm happy for her. She's super happy. She's madly in love. I have nothing against Teresa. It just came out.
Yeah. Do you watch any of the other Say it again?
I couldn't think of anybody else.
Right. Do you watch any of the other franchises? Are you big fans of any other franchises?
I like them all. I just don't watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's a time sucker to me. I'd rather do something else.
Definitely. I mean, looking back, I was wondering if you ever had any regrets from your time on the show, because obviously, like, you're the original, you were on for years. I mean, do you ever regret freaking out over the family van? Obviously, that's
one of the most iconic things ever, and it was so true. There's other things I could freak out about, but supposedly, like, that's one of the biggest iconic things ever, right?
It was amazing. Are there any Tres Amigas regrets?
I can't think of any. No. We had good and bad times,
Definitely. Do you ever regret, your fight with any fights with Tamara on the show at all?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, there isn't one that stands out, but Tamara probably has regrets of fighting with me. I mean, it's just, we just loved hard and fought hard, and she always says she's watching my back, but was she really? I don't know. So there was sometimes I just thought she was super mean, and I don't like mean people.
Do you ever regret showing your relationships on camera?
No, because at the time I thought they were going to be in my life forever. I don't go into relationships thinking that I'm going to break up. I go into relationships thinking you're going to be my person, and we're going to get married, and we're going to live life forever. If I have sex with you, I think we're getting married, because you don't have sex unless you get married. Like, I've had sex with 5 people my whole life. So I just don't I'm not promiscuous. I am loyal. I stay in till they break up with me.
Would you ever be public about your relationship again?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Michael doesn't want anything to do with this. I don't know. Even Andy Cohen said, do not show him.
Yeah.
So,
is that refreshing to hear, though, that he doesn't want any part of it?
yeah, he's not on social media. Not like my ex. He's obsessed with social media. It's like, it's a time sucker. What are you doing? You know, not even a public figure, but he puts himself down as a public figure. So anybody that's following him, unfollow him. He will get creeped out. Like, he loves his followers.
Yeah. And then do you ever regret telling Meghan King that her marriage would end in divorce?
No, I was 5 years and 1 day. I was off by 1 day.
I love it. Well, Vicki, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful holiday.
Okay.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye. For more news content and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.